The military life asks marriages to go through more than most. The multiple deployments in and of themselves, but moving over and over again, these are challenges that will bring any marriage kind of to its knees.
And Hal Runkel should know. The New York Times best-selling author and motivational speaker has traveled to more than 50 military installations worldwide and given over 250 seminars to service members in his attempts at helping them enjoy a scream-free marriage, as he calls it. Today, he's at Camp Zama, Japan.
It's from a book that my wife and I wrote together, which was probably the last thing professionally we ever do together, because that's a really difficult thing to do, but we're proud of it because it helps couples be a lot more honest with each other than maybe even they think they're allowed to be. One of the biggest things that people are scared of in marriage is conflict. But with Scream Free, it actually gives you not just permission to have the conflict, but also a way to do that conflict constructively.
Mr. Runkel actually has written multiple books on the subject of relationships. His advice isn't radical. It's down-to-earth stuff that connects to the common man and wife.
I feel like it's pretty enlightening. It kind of reminded you of, your faults, what we're guilty of. I mean, we know problems that we have at home, but this kind of like, shedding light on that and reminding us of, hey, there's no perfect couple. Everybody has problems. Everybody has issues. As much as you try to hide it or mask it, there's no perfect marriage.
So being able to say we're all a work in progress, and being able to come to an event like this kind of is that shared mutuality of, hey, we're married and we're in this together, but we're not alone as married couples. That there's a lot of, everyone has those things that they want to either improve or do differently. So it's nice to have a community where you can come to something like this and see people that you know, and you're like, hey, we're all real people.
While at Zama, he spoke from 3 of his works, 2 aimed at teens and their families.
I learned to be more responsible to who I am and never let someone judge me or put me down and live up to what I want to be.
And one for couples.
It's very challenging in some aspects because we have to both balance our lives together as well as our jobs and our responsibilities. And then being supervisors, we also have subordinates that we're responsible for. Mm-hmm. But the way we make it work is we utilize different aspects and the things that ACS gives us. So like the marriage retreats and things like that to help us grow stronger as a couple and put tools in our tool bag to help us develop individually as well as each other as married people.
Mm-hmm. None of this would have been possible without the help of Army Community Service.
There's a lot of things that happen with the soldiers deploying, the separation, things like that occur that may impact these families. But if we're able to provide a support service to them so that they're able to have the kind of a life support services, I mean, especially over here overseas, because they don't have extended family here, a phone call or a couple hours away like they do in the States.
Hal Runkel is an empathetic man. He said that all he wanted to do when he grew up was have a job where he could help heal people. Well, he's doing that. 2, sometimes 1 soldier at a time.
Figure out what you want most. That is the greatest thing you can do, and it's the most telling thing about you, because nobody in here would have the same exact list of the things you want most. But so many times we're not even allowed to think about what we want most. We're just told what we're supposed to do, and maybe even what we're supposed to want. But actually getting to know you, what you really want most. Is it a degree, right? And is it what's your dream job, right? What's your dream location of where you want to live? Pay attention to that, because that's going to help you when you are so easily distracted with all the little shiny objects in your face right now.
Reporting for U.S. Army Garrison Japan, I'm Charlie Mabe.